Hello and welcome to my podcast. My name is Melissa Snow and today we're going to be talking about the Bell Witch. So, like I say all the time, I like to read and then I like to relate to you after. So this says, the Bell Witch or Bell Witch haunting is a legend of the southern United States folklore, centered on the 19th century Bell family of northern Robertson County, Tennessee. Former John Bell resides with his family along the Red River in the area currently near the town of Adams. According to the legend of 1817 and 1821, his family and his local area came under attack by a mostly invisible entity that was able to speak, affect in physical environment, and shapeshift. Some accounts recorded the split also to have clairvoyant and capable of crossing long distance with superhuman speed or of being more than one place at a time. In 1894, the newspaper editor John V. Ingram published the authenticated history of the Bell Witch. The book is widely regarded as the first full-length recorded the length and primary source of subsequent treatments. The individuals recorded in the work were the historical presentations in modern times. Some skeptics have regarded Ingram's efforts as a work history, fiction, or fraud, or researchers considered Ingram's work of nascent folk study and the accurate reflection of a belief element of the original recorded legends of the Bell Witch Cave in the 20th century became the source of the interest belief that the generations of lore, contemporary aesthetics, interpretations such as films and music have explained the reach legend beyond the regal confession of the southern United States. So it goes on about the legends, the early written records, Martin V. Van Buren, Legend of the 20th Century, Spectacle Elevation, Bell Witch in the Culture, and then it shows the Bell Witch houses, and then so this is the Bell Witch Caves, you guys. This cave, it goes underneath there, and then people investigate in there for the Bell Witch. They use their K2 meters, their dowsing rods, their necromancers. They use their flashlights, anything that you can use in a ghost hunt. So, the film says, there have been several films based in the level part of the Bell Witch legend. Roger Clark, former film critic in The Independent, argues that the legends has also a miserable influence in the cinema, such as Poltergeist film series and found footage paranormal activity film series The Witch, and released in 2015 in the troops of the brutal ground disturbance in the Amityville Horror and the airport of Cherries and Children's in Mama, released in 2013. So I saw this thing where if you take a rock from the Bell Witch Caves, she will curse you and things will happen. Some people have taken them and mailed them back, and some people have taken them and brought them back. And it's like a big thing where if you take a rock out of there, she curses you. So don't take a rock out of the witch cave. So the Blair Witch was inspired by the Bell Witch. It says, according to Ben Rock, the Blair Witch Project's producer and designer, and the person responsible for the film's mythology, the Blair Witch, inspired by, among other stories, an actual legend of the Bell Witch of Tennessee. And the Blair Witch was not real. It was a movie, so just let everybody know that. But the Bell Witch was real, and it was not a movie. It was not fake. They even have a house on it. They have the caves on it. They even hear her talking. They even go into the Bell Witch cave. And a lot of people have gone to this place and experienced a lot of crazy stuff. Starting in 1817, a little over the decade after the Bells family first bought their farm in Adams and moved in, John Bell and his family began... Sorry, my cat... I swear every time I do this, my cat likes to, come and bother me or make weird noises. She's coming right now. So it says... Starting in 1817, a little over the decade after the Bell family first bought their farm in Adams and moved in, John Bell, his family began to hear strange noises. Thumps in the walls, creaking and groaning and scratching at the window. Nothing ordinary explained the noises away, but this families were over concerned until the violence began. The haunting soon escalated. The physical attacks. The children were pulled from their beds, and unseen hands pinched and slapped the family. Most of the phantom abuse was centered on Betsy, John Bell's daughter, and John Bell himself. Sometimes the phantom would speak. It would hurl insults at John as it was angry. That's creepy. Within him, a few years after the haunting started, the entity for Bell's sudden illness and demise, apparently poisoned Bell with a mysterious black liquid. The scariest thing about the Bell Witch, the story is that a ghost terrorized a teenage girl, even that a ghost was held accountable for the death of a person. The scariest thing that so many people have taken the Bell Witch story so seriously. It's not just a story. It is a well-documented event, reported by a multitude of people. Many people reported hearing the voices of Bell Witch or hauntings and the scratching and knocks. Also repeated seeing strange animals on the property and floating orbs of light in the surrounding woods. The haunting of the Bell Witch takes many forms. The fact that it stopped expectedly after John Bell's death. The story didn't die. On the contrary, in the years after the reported, strange photos and unexposed phenomenon are just the tip of the iceberg when you venture into the Bell Witch Cave. Witch Cave October is the best time to go visit the Bell Witch Cave. This time of year, the Adams is primed to celebrate witch season. A museum and a production of a play about the Bell Witch can be enjoyed in the Adams, Tennessee every year. Is event. Listen and learn about the Bell Witch legend and well as the equal scary history. Decide for yourself if the Bell Witch is real or not, or just tall tale that got out of hand Also to catch the historical Greenwood Cemetery walk tour. Before it's over this year, hear me on my location and stories about Clarksville and history. That's not what I said. Patterns following the exclusion of Mary Queen of Scots centuries ago, but the small circuits of patterns and gatherings in nearly the beginnings of northern end of the Bell Witch travelers. Indeed, the legend of the haint was so terrorizing, and Bell family in Adams, Tennessee is one of the best known. Investigated by even the likes of future presidents Andrew Jackson, and who was reportedly and had said, I would rather fight the British than 10 times over than to face the Bell Witch again. Media. The Bell Witch myth. The memory ultimately explores the people believe why they have what they cannot explain, prove, or particularly why 200 years of so many have sworn the reality of the Bell Witch. Betsy Bell, also known as the Bell Witch, is buried in Land Branch Cemetery in Adams, Tennessee. The Bell Witch was the subject of a famous haunting that took place between 1817 and 1821. The haunting involved the Bell family, who were traumatized by the spirit and would shake their house and curse the others. Discomforts of the Bell Witch is considered one of the most documented cases in haunting in the American history. The Bell Witch Cave, which is located near the Bell Farm, Tennessee, also populated tourist attractions. The cave is privately owned. The Bell Witch Cave is located on the Bell Witch Farm in Adams, Tennessee. Is also popular tourist attraction. The cave's preventatively owned off-grid tours during the summer and October. A 40-minute drive in Nashville, the historical Bell Witch Cave, Inc. is located in the secluded area of Adams, Tennessee, and is very beautiful. Representation of our state is well rolling green hills and farmland. The Bell Witch Caves is approximately 40 minutes long. Andrew Jackson, the President of the United States in 1819, did visit the Bell Witch Caves, and he said he'd rather fight in the war than fight the Bell Witch again. He was really scared. He didn't want to be in that cave. Who was the witch that lived in the Bell Witch Cave? The cave, long associated with the legend of Mother Ludum, who was supposedly a white witch who lived in the cave. The bells experienced a variety of strange animals disturbance, including knocks, chains dragging through the house, and stones dropping on the floor. Betsy Bell was tormented by the Bell Witch for years, including being pinched, scratched, stuck with pins, and beaten. The family sent Betsy to stay with friends to protect her from the Bell Witch. The historical Bell Witch Cave preserves some of the artifacts from the original Bell cabin, including chimney stones, and an iron kettle from the cave. The cave said to be creepy and have strange activity inside of it, including unexplained phenomenon and strange photos. The Bell Witch legend concerns the most documented supernatural story of American history. The legend has been part of the Southern folklore in almost 2 centuries. It's been longer than that because I'm sure the story was different when it was told. So, you guys, we learned about the Bell Witch. She was a neighbor. She was a neighbor named Kate, and she became the Bell Witch. And when they were on the property, they were tormented by this witch. And it's a legend that she's still there and haunting it. And I really want to go to this place and explore the Bell Witch caves. I heard that you're not supposed to take rocks out of the cave, like I said earlier, and you need to be respectful of them because you never know. When you go to haunted places, you don't know what's going to happen to you after a while, and when all these things go like in your haunting. So that was a legend of the Bell Witch, and thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoy. My name is Melissa Snow, and thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Peace out, everybody. Bye.